warning. I'm sure they're just trying to be nice, or it could be like one of those whole Iowa pink locker room thing to get in the heads of the opponent. You heard how the players love to be in the ice bath, and it's warm enough that we have an ice bath going here. George, you want to put some ice in here?
Yeah, help these guys out a little bit.
As I look here,
what's going on here, Reese?
The only thing that comes to mind here as I look at you two guys is, what are those? The Arizona swim team's behind. It doesn't do any good if you just stand in it. You got to get the core temperature down.
Come on, fellas.
Come on, come on. Come on. All right. Hey, George. Yes. All right, George Whitfield is with me as the Arizona swim team has jumped in with Tom. Hey, George, we had the aerial coverage earlier.
Yeah.
I'm just glad there's no underwater GoPro inside that thing. That is something we do not need to see. What we do need to see is we walk through the gauntlet here with your quarterbacks. We're going to see Kyle Allen of Texas A&M today against Arkansas. His anticipation has been terrific so far.
Oh, my goodness. It's awfully hard to defend it by Adams.
There's so many different attachment plays. This is right in your wheelhouse, man.
I love it.
People swinging brooms at you.
Reese, this is chaos at its finest. This is playing quarterback right here, Reese. This is chaos at its finest. This is what I'm talking about right now.
Now the pocket settles around us
nicely.
And Solomon, I mentioned, has shown a great deal more maturity this year. It's just growth in the system under Rich Rodriguez. And, this is the first time that a Rich Rodriguez coach team has been featured on College Game Day.
Long overdue.
Wildcats is with Samantha.
Even after the regular season, you guys had some time off before you had to play the Dodgers. You've had the last 6 days. How have you spent that time, especially with your offensive reps?
Yeah, well, we get our practice out on the fields. We had a day off after clinching to come here. And so the next day we get our practice in, we get some BP, we take some ground balls and, just get moving a little bit, get the legs going. But it is a little different. It's kind of like an all-star break right at the most crucial point of the season. So it is a little bit different, but we try to keep things, the same and keep our routines. And, it hasn't been all that difficult, really.
And you had kind of talked about, when we were speaking, Daniel Murphy had his recommendation on one of the days you guys weren't doing a lot, getting some running in, doing something maybe a little bit different just to make sure that you are not just sitting and prepping for who you're going to play.
Right, yeah, and on those days that, you would be playing a game, you got to get the legs loose a little bit. He was telling me, your body will kind of want to repair on those days that you're not doing anything, and it'll lock some stuff up. So he said, just get a couple sprints in, just keep the legs loose, keep everything loose, and keep your body from kind of tightening up and trying to repair everything. So got a little sprinting in out there. I think he was out there running the bases earlier. So,
of course.
Yeah, he's always going the extra mile, and so yeah.
All right, speaking of extra mile, we're in the cage, right? I mean, I know you don't want to change a whole lot, but is there anything that you feel like you're working on right now, especially going against Volquez?
Right. Well, actually today in batting practice, I was talking to Murph a little bit, and he was just saying, hey, on those pitches, there's a couple balls that it looks like it's crowding you a little bit, it's getting on you, kind of getting inside your barrel a little bit, and what he told me was just try to keep your eyes behind the baseball.
Welcome back to SEC Now. That's me waving right there. We are in right field along with Chris Burke and ready to rock and roll from Hoover Met. That's Hoover Metropolitan Stadium right here in Hoover, Alabama, home of the SEC tournament. We've got a good one between Alabama and Ole Miss. That'll start us off. First pitch scheduled at 10:33 Eastern, so just a little bit of time before we get a full slate of baseball. And we've got a full slate of games coming to you live from Hoover.